Alright, what is going on, guys? I'm gonna make a quick video real quick. So yeah, I'm still very excited and hyped up for Kirby Air Riders. I think this is gonna be the most fun game to play this year and probably for the next 5 or 10 years. It's basically Super Smash Bros. On wheels, and right now we're getting a lot of positive reviews and first time impressions of the game. So not really reviews, but just impressions, people who have played the game at Gamescom, because that was like a surprise game that they had. Nintendo had all kinds of booths open up for that game, and I think that's awesome that a lot of people have gotten to play it. And so far lots of people are saying the same thing. They're saying it's just chaos, it's chaotic fun, and that is what I really want out of a video game, especially a multiplayer video game. I want it to be chaotic, I want it to be fun, I want it to just be kicking ass and non-stop action, total non-stop action. That's what I want with a video game. I will say one thing. I've noticed they already have the box art cover and whatnot, and I will say I do think they should change the art cover, like the cover design that they have. It's they went with like just a simple, cute looking Kirby art cover where he's on the star or whatever, and for the most part that's pretty much what it is. And I mean, that's fine. The only problem with that is I feel like it doesn't accurately communicate to the consumers what the game is about. Because you look at that and you just think, well, I guess this is just some like cute little Kirby game or whatever, or maybe it's a racing game. That's it. Where this game really, it's really not a racing game. It's many people are describing it as an action game on wheels. Some would say a melee game on wheels. That's pretty much what it is, but you look at the art cover and it doesn't really do a good job of advertising what the game really is. I feel like they should have made it more like a Super Smash Bros. Type art cover. Have some explosions in the background of the of that Skya city trial map, maybe like some explosions, and then like just show Kirby and Meta Knight duking it out while they're racing or something. Make it look more like a fighting game, an action game. I feel like they should have done that for the box art cover. But regardless, the game is great. Whatever. I'm not gonna complain that they that they didn't really do a good job with the box art cover. That's something they might be able to change later on down the road. I just think they should definitely give it, because if you look at the game, you watch the footage of it, there's a lot of inspiration from the Super Smash Bros. Games, and it is arguable that this game inspired, well, can't say it inspired Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Came out on the N64. This game came out on GameCube, but nevertheless, I mean, it's made by the same person, Masahiro Sakurai. One of the best right now in gaming, probably the best that we have gotten since Shigeru Miyamoto. He's the real deal, unlike that piece of shit Hideo Kojima. That guy's fucking trash. He's overrated. But yeah, this game looks great. It's like a Smash Bros. Game on wheels, and so I just wish the box art cover actually kind of depicted that, kind of captured that, what the game really is, but regardless, I'm still excited for this game. Can't wait for it. And right now there's a lot of people playing the game, or there was a lot of people playing this game at Gamescom, and a lot of people I haven't seen anybody like complain about it or say it's boring at all. I've seen tons of people saying it's chaotic, it's fun, it's easy to learn but hard to master. Easy to learn but hard to master. And yeah, so many people are just like, wow, I love this game. This game is really fun. It's chaotic. Most people who have played Metroid Prime 4, which also was at Gamescom, didn't really share the same excitement and enthusiasm for that game. All right, perfect example, Krista from Kit and Krista. They used to be They used to kind of work for Nintendo or whatever. Was it Nintendo Minute or whatever? Anyways, she was pretty negative about Metroid Prime 4. She had some dumb arguments at first, like she was saying, "Oh, I don't like how, I like being isolated and alone, and I hate the fact that, in this demo, you got all these, these random people here," and she's referring to the Federation soldiers or whatever. She says she's a Metroid fangirl or whatever, but she doesn't even know who the Metroid Federation troops are. Anyways, she was complaining about that, and I'm like, well, that's a stupid argument. I mean, does Metroid always have to be this thing where you're just all by yourself and it's just Samus and nobody else in the world, It's just her on an alien planet. Like, that's getting kind of old at this point, I kind of want more involvement from the Federation force, with Samus working with them, her trying to find soldiers, maybe trying to rescue soldiers or whatever, and then she's got like a commanding officer who's just, radioing her and telling her to watch out for a monster in the next room or something, things like that. I think would be fine and wouldn't hurt the game. We don't need Metroid to always be this thing where it's just her all by herself. That gets really old after a while. But besides that, she made some really good points about Metroid Prime 4, and she basically said, look, I mean, like, we played the demo and it's literally everything we've seen so far, which isn't even much to begin with. It's just that beginning of the game where she lands on that planet or whatever, and she's helping the Federation force fight against the pirates, and until she gets teleported to planet Viros and whatnot. So she was expressing a lot of disappointment about the game, saying I haven't learned anything about this game. We had not seen anything. We hadn't learned about it. And I even looked at the comments section. People are agreeing, and there's some people who are making good points, saying, yeah, another thing that's disappointing about this game so far is like the enemies. Like they all seem to have the same exact animation when you shoot them. They all die in the exact same fashion. They just kind of fall backward in a very similar way. That right there, that's laziness on Retro Studios' part. Everybody wants to talk about how talented they are because of the graphics that they're good at doing, but when it comes to gameplay, animations, and other important things, it seems like they're doing a half-assed job there. So those were some of the comments I've seen. People also talked about the psychic ability. It's like, okay, they showed a new psychic ability, but it doesn't really look that cool or impressive, which is what I've been saying in all of my videos. Yeah, it looks extremely lame. All you can do is, the only thing they've shown is that you can just, open doors with it. I'm like, what a stupid use of a psychic ability, Of all the things to show off with a psychic ability, you just show that you can open doors. I mean, come on. That's so fucking retarded. And the sad thing is, maybe there are a lot of cool things you could do with it, but they're not really. They're not showing us anything. They're just not showing us anything about the game that's going to look really fun. So, not only has the marketing been terrible, the footage that we've seen has been extremely lackluster and mediocre. Even the demo, of course, the demo itself is. It's just everything we've already seen so far, and that's about it. And so some people are just kind of like, yeah, this is kind of disappointing. We're not really learning much about the game, and people are going to make the argument, oh, that's the whole thing, you have to buy the game first and play it, or whatever. They don't want to spoil anything. It's like, okay, you know how many games there are out there that they shown off a crap ton of content, and when people bought the game and played it, they discovered even more? Super Smash Bros. Being the perfect example. And now, of course, another game from Sakurai, being the Kirby Air Riders game. I mean, he showed a lot of stuff in that game. That was the first time we've seen, you know, gameplay footage of it, and in that 45-minute direct, he just overwhelmed us with all kinds of cool stuff. I'm pretty sure everything he showed us in that game isn't everything, you know? There's going to be a lot more to it when we play the game. And it's really disappointing how a game that has been being developed in the last 8 years, 10 years, whatever, doesn't really have anything to show us at all. At least nothing to like sell us on the game. All they've shown us, here's what they've shown us so far. It's Metroid Prime. That's it. It plays just like Metroid Prime. Look, you can scan objects, you can scan this dead body, learn about it. You can shoot these beams. You can morph into the ball to go into certain areas. Here's Silex. He's gonna be the villain. We're also gonna make him look really lame by having him miss his shot against Samus. You know, he shoots, she jumps up, and then she shoots him, and then he falls to his ass. Like, yeah, what a good way to make a villain look pretty lame, you know? They showed off this big alien boss fight or whatever, and that looked really, really underwhelming because it just looks like your typical dumb NPC that just, you know, is very easy to beat because, you know, he's just kind of standing there stalling, and every now and then he'll do something, and then you can easily counter it and shoot him, you know. Oh boy, it just amazes me how so many Metroid fans are just drooling over this game when there's really nothing to drool over. I mean, it amazes me how they got their panties in a wad over the 45-minute Nintendo Direct for Kirby Air Riders, a game that actually looks super fun, all because they want a stupid release date for this game, which doesn't even look fun at all. You know, what we need right now is a Nintendo Direct focus on Metroid Prime 4 to give people a reason to want to go out and buy this game. And the fact that we hadn't gotten that yet, that really worries me. That really worries me. Because right now, everything they've shown off has just been very basic and very boring. Just very bare bones and whatnot. Look, I want fun video games, okay? I could care less about lore, story. I mean, those things are great too, but if the game isn't going to deliver and it's not going to be that fun to play, then I could care less. And right now, it's looking like, you know, people are way more excited for Kirby Air Riders, which makes sense. That looks like a fun, chaotic game. You look at Metroid Prime 4, it's like, okay, well, what exactly is it going to do that will make it, you know, far better than its predecessor, right? I mean, you look at Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, it's like, wow, it's completely revolutionary to its predecessor. It's an open world. You can literally go anywhere, climb anywhere, swim anywhere. You can build things. You can create meals. They did a stellar job with that game. Mario Odyssey, you could say, was a little bit revolutionary. I mean, you traveling to all of these different worlds and whatnot. That you being able to use the hat to, you know, take over the body of an enemy, that was really cool. That was something that was really cool for a Mario game, so you could say that was a bit revolutionary, right? Donkey Kong Bonanza, revolutionary. It's like, wow, look, we can now just punch through walls and dig huge tunnels into the ground, find treasure, find hidden layers. Revolutionary. Mario Kart World, again, taking Mario Kart, a popular franchise, and then making it into an open world game where you can drive everywhere and anywhere. That was really awesome. And then they added, you know, they made it 24 players that could drive instead of just 12. So again, then you look at Metroid Prime 4, and it's like, okay, so what's going to be the big, how are they going to take this to the next level, right? How are they going to do what, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild did for Zelda, what Donkey Kong did for 3D platformers? Like, what are they going to do? And so far, they haven't really shown us that they're taking Metroid Prime to the next level with this game. Even though they're calling it Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, it's like, well, what the hell's... Why do you put the word Beyond in it to kind of like give us this, expectation that it's going to be way better than any other previous Metroid game? Don't call it Metroid Prime 4 Beyond if it's not going to go beyond what Metroid Prime is. So, right now, they kind of raise expectations, in my opinion, by making that title, and the fact that the game's been in production for about 8 years, and yet they're failing big time to deliver on any bit of hype. They're really failing, and so it's making me, it's pissing me off a little bit, because I've been seeing these other games, be revolutionized, and to see Metroid Prime 4 just look like another standard Metroid Prime game is very disappointing. But yeah, that's just a quick thing I wanted to talk about this morning. Right now, everybody's excited with Kirby Air Riders. Rightfully so. Chaotic, fun game, a Super Smash Bros. Game on wheels. It's not a racing game. It is not a Mario Kart game like some idiots try to say. No, this is a completely different game than Mario Kart. Completely different, okay? Yeah, it has driving. That's about the only similarity there. So everyone's excited for that, but not too many people are really raving about Metroid Prime 4 except for the goofball Metroid fans. It's only Metroid fans who are really pretending to love this game. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions about this in the comments below. It's going to be interesting to see what happens next. I'm hoping that really soon in the future here we will get more from Metroid. Anyways, that's all I got. See you guys later.